Hi, my name's Rachel Andrews. Welcome to Everyday Athlete. On this week's video, I thought I'd introduce you to another of my passions. It's a kind of dirty passion really, one that I shouldn't really have to have, and that is litter picking. So I try to do a little litter pick before or after my swim, and I also have bought the equipment to be able to tow something along and pick things out the river or the sea as I'm going along, because I just can't stand to think of all that rubbish ending up in there and damaging our environment. At the end of it though, I am going to share with you some way that you can upcycle a bit of litter into something really useful for outdoor swimming. So stick with me. Well, I've gathered about a quarter of a rubbish bag there in just a few minutes, and I feel like I've earned my swim now, so I'm hoping that some others might turn up and show me the way to get in at this spot. Well, that'll serve me right for thinking I would just be able to turn up and find where the guys would be swimming just based on the description. And actually I got a description from the guy at the pub, but haven't seen any swimmers yet. I've asked somebody on the bridge and they just looked at me, gone out and said, "People don't swim here." So after a minor argument with him that they do, I still haven't found them. The adventures you have when you're out looking for a swim. What I've got here is a mesh bag which wraps up nice and neat by Fourth Element, and I got it from Sea and Stream. So this is what you end up with, a fairly decent sized bag. It's not going to carry everything, but it will certainly let you pick up some bottles and cans and things. I find it best to hook it onto my tow float, and I've also found that if I put anything in there that's a bit heavy that I've dredged up from the bottom, I put a barbecue in it the other day, then it tends to drag and you can catch your feet and you could potentially cut yourself. So what I've done is I've added in, I either put in a plastic bottle that I'm bound to find before I get in the water, or here's something I couldn't leave on a beach. It's a fishing float from a trawler, I guess, and I just pop that in there and leave that right at the bottom of the bag, and that helps it to float and keeps it out my way so I don't kick it. So here's my setup. Got my tow float attached around my waist. I've used an extra little piece of webbing off another tow float to clip onto my rubbish collector, and there's the ball making it float nicely. Let's hope we don't need to pick up too much rubbish today. Thankfully not too much rubbish yet. Quite weedy though. Maybe less weedy out in the middle. Still no other swimmers though. I don't know where they got in. It really is no bother to tow, and it stops me having to put little bits of rubbish down my swimmers or something in order to keep hold of them, or swimming with my hands all tight, which is really horrible. Much as it's really disappointing to find rubbish when you're out going for your swim, actually there is some things that you can do to upcycle them and actually get some use out of them. So what I've got here is one I made earlier, a little burner stove which you use surgical spirit or meths or something in there to make yourself a cup of tea afterwards. So I'm going to put the kettle on, and while I do that I'll make another one, and you can see how it's done. I'll also link below the video where I found out about it so you can see it explained much better than the demonstration I'm about to give. What I need to do is take this ring off and go as close to the upper wall as possible. I hope you enjoyed this week's video, and if you have, you'll share with me in the comments the way you've managed to recycle any treasures that you've found while you've been litter picking before, after or during a swim. If you have enjoyed it, please consider subscribing. Hit my little face up in the corner here and then ding on the little bell and you'll know when the next one's out. And I'll see you next time. Bye!